Hello everyone, this is Paul with United Bumper Repair, and today we're going to be doing a repair on a Mazda CX-5. It's got a buckle here in the bumper, another spot here. It came up and also scratched the headlight, so I'm going to do a little bit of wet sanding to the headlight to get that scratch out of there. Also, the car had a clear bra on it, so I'm going to heat that up and try to pull a lot of that off. Some of the glue wants to stay left behind, but it'll take a little bit of time, but I'll eventually get the glue off. I already wet sanded a lot of the scratches out. And here's a quick close-up of the damage that is on the bumper. And I'm going to start off by wrapping the whole car with plastic to keep any type of dust and overspray and things like that off of the rest of the vehicle. Here I'm going to start sanding down that buckled area with 80 grit paper. And now I'm going to switch off to 180 grit paper. So it's basically a lesser abrasive sandpaper to get it ready for primer. Just scuffing down the surrounding areas with a red scuff pad, and I'm going to put about 3 or 4 wet coats of primer on this, and I'll heat it up in between coats to dry out the thinners a little bit quicker so I can throw on another coat. And a quick dye coat. This is a little bit of like speckling in the paint. In the primer. And now that I'm sanding it, any little imperfections will show any low spots as I'm sanding it all out. I can tell if there's any pinholes or anything like that at all. Most likely it's not, but I use it sometimes anyway, just in case. And I'm finishing off the primer in a 320 grit paper. Next is 600 grit paper. This allows for the paint to be blended out and the pearl and the clear coat, so everything kind of sticks and bonds to it. Sorry I wasn't able to film me mixing the color today because the software program I needed is on my phone that I was filming with. So that's the only thing I can film is the cup. Alright, here I'm starting out with the base color, which is the ground coat, the white. So I'm going to shoot maybe 3 or 4 coats of that. And I'm going to be blending out the color as well, fading out the color, and then applying the pearl coat. I'm going to fade that out even further, and then the clear coat will cover up and seal everything up. And now for the pearl coat. You don't really see much of a difference. It's very subtle. Most likely it stands out more in the sunlight rather than how I'm filming it right now. And now I'm going to apply 2 wet coats of clear coat, and this is a wet on wet clear coat that I use, so it's 1 coat after another. And now for the second coat. Now I'm just blending out my clear. And I always like to make things really shiny. The clear coat lays out pretty well, but when I go to wet sand it and buff it, it really gives it like a mirror-like shine. Takes a little bit longer to do, but to me it's worth it. And now it's buffing time. And this is a buffing compound. You can see that area there is pretty dull, but as you see the buffer goes over and over and over, it pulls the wet sand scratches out. And the more I buff it, the shinier it becomes. And this is just a polish that kind of pulls out some of the scratches from the wool pad and the compound. So it's like a piggyback system. The compound pulls out scratches from the wet sandpaper, and then this polish here pulls out those little small swirls and scratches that the wool pad puts in, trying to pull the scratches out of the wet sandpaper. And now it's time to untape everything. Okay, this repair took about 4 hours to complete. It was a pearl white, a 3-stage pearl white. Did a repair, blended the color out, blended the clear coat, and it's good to go. We'll take a look at the finish. Got a nice reflection here from wet sanding and buffing. Buffs out a little bit of the headlight, get a lot of the scratches out so they wouldn't have to replace the headlight. And again. All right, that's it. Any questions that you may have about this type of repair, if you have one just like it, feel free to contact me. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye.